Hey guys, welcome back to Jack Reclamation Co. I'm Josh. I wanted to talk really briefly about why this series on the myths of remote work. Obviously, remote work skyrocketed in 2020 with the advent of COVID, and a lot of organizations felt like they were ill-prepared for this kind of jump in that remote strategy. And so there has been much change and addressing of this remote work policy by either demanding that people come back to work or creating other structures of hybrid, or there's a number of different things that were happening. But there's a lot of things out there too that are myths and are based solely, like we talked about last week, on more nostalgia. We're coming back to the office for the culture when the culture was cubicles. And so I wanted to address these for the ultimate outcome of maybe giving you guys a new operating system for how to approach remote work and really to truly make it more of a positive for your organization. So while I just spent a few minutes talking through that and gave you a little bit more insight, I wanted to dive into the next myth now, which I don't see quite as often, but I do hear it from time to time with companies that I work with, especially in information technology and the digital space. And that is that remote work is just offshoring 2.0. This truly is an error. Offshoring is more of a labor strategy. We use offshoring to find cheaper talent in different geographic markets to help us cut cost. Oftentimes it's used for surge, or it's used to honestly handle things that we just don't have time to handle with that high cost talent that we may have on site or onshore. Remote work is more of a work model strategy. It's about granting flexibility on where work is done, often by the same team, often at the same pay scale, generally in the same time zone. This does have its challenges, but there are opportunities for us to bring in talent that we might not always have access to. Where I live in rural Georgia, we do a lot of this pulling talent out of the Atlanta metro or out of second cities like Birmingham or Columbia, South Carolina, or Tampa, Florida. Confusing them, though, is dangerous. It really leads managers to treat the distributed in-house team like a vendor and managing them on outputs alone rather than investing in them as truly integral talent. It really kills trust and engagement and can create overturn in your organization that leads to rising costs of employment. The myth assumes that location is the primary variable, but it's really not. Intent is. Like we talked about, offshoring seeks cost reduction. Remote work seeks talent access. It seeks retention and productivity. Conflating them is honestly both lazy and corrosive to your organization. At the end of the day, remote workers should be invested in, and our organizational structure should be built around the outcomes that these remote workers provide. Offshoring is a helpful tool when used in a limited fashion to surge staff strategically. Let's not confuse them. So next week, we're going to tackle another myth. But at the end of this series, remember, we're going to be talking about a new operating system for remote work. I hope you stay with us and join us every week. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.